for progress, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. How you guys doing? You good? Yeah. I'm not. Let's. I've suffered from depression for most of my life, and I've always found the weird thing about depression is obviously you should talk to people about it, but when you do, everyone always tells you the same fucking cliche bullshit. Everyone always says, "Oh, just know that it's completely normal to go through this in your life, and know that everybody goes through this in their life." And you're like, "Great, so I'm not even unique?" Yeah. I'm visiting Berlin from Switzerland. I live there. And back in Switzerland, aside from being a comedian, I'm also a student and I'm also a musician. Now, because I'm a comedian and a musician, that means that half my friends are musicians and half my friends are comedians, which means all of my friends are fucked up. I'm sure you've noticed. And a lot of my fucked up friends, they talk about whatever mental condition they have, things like, ADD and ADHD and stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have them. I barely know what they are. Like, I know ADD stands for attention deficit disorder, right? But until recently, I didn't know what ADHD even was. I used to think, what the hell does that stand for? Attention deficit in high definition? I told that joke to my cousin back in America because she has ADHD and she loved it. She was like, "Hey, I like that joke. That's funny." What was the joke? Going back to depression though, I'm trying to be more positive. I've tried to actively seek out positive things to read. Like the other day, I found a list on Facebook of like 10 things that make you really happy in life, and it said things like that happy feeling you get when you wake up in the morning and you still have time to sleep before your alarm, or that happy feeling you get where you check your bank account and you have more money saved than you thought. And then one of them caught my eye. It said, "This is just for women. It's that happy feeling you get when you get home after a long day and you can finally take off your bra." And women were commenting on that one, and they were like, "Men will never know how happy this makes us feel." And I was like, "What do you mean? We're happy when you take your bras off too." I also have a part-time job back in Switzerland where I deliver food on my bicycle. I'm one of the orange guys, I like doing that kind of job because when I do this kind of job, I feel like I'm in a gang, Because we're all wearing the same colors, we're all riding the same bikes, And everyone in the city knows exactly who we are and what they do. And they never talk to us, but they know they fucking need us. And last year we had a lot of problems at work with COVID where, especially when Omicron broke out, a lot of our workers were getting infected, they had to isolate and they couldn't work. And it was really stressful for my boss to make sure we had enough people working. And when he talked about this frustration of his, you'd swear to God that he was some mafia boss and COVID was like a rival gang. I've literally heard my boss say things like, "Man, the stupid COVID keeps taking the guys off the streets. There's not enough of us to go out there with COVID spreading all over the city. We need to hire some new members." By the way, if anyone's looking for a job, please talk to me after the show. But that's what we did. We started hiring some new members, and then I had been working there for already quite a long time before then. So my boss called me over and he was like, "Lev, I want you to help me train the new members." And I was like, "Train the new members? What are we, the Swiss Army?" And my boss went, "No, we have a purpose." I like this delivery job that I do. It's not the only odd job I've done before. I also used to be a bartender, and I love that job too. I liked that because, when you work in a bar, you learn a lot of things about the world and different kinds of people and what they do. One thing I learned about that I never knew in my entire life was how much old ladies drink. Did any of you know about this? I had no idea, but it's true. Old ladies drink like there's no tomorrow. Which I guess makes sense, actually. But it gets creepy, when you see old ladies get drunk. I'd be working in the bar, and they'd come over to me. I've literally had women approach me, old ladies, and they say, "You look just like my husband. He's dead." They've also said things to me like, you look even better up close than from outside of the window where I was watching you. And it was so creepy, but I get what they meant because, like, you know, they're old and out of touch. Their generation doesn't know that stalking is frowned upon. For them, it's just how they met their husband. And then, you know, I'm getting all frustrated when they say these things, and I go, oh, fuck me. But that just made it worse. Because they're old and out of touch. Their generation doesn't know that the term fuck me is an expression of frustration, not an invitation. Okay, one more joke. I get a lot of compliments on my hair, which is very nice, but it gets really weird sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll be out at night in the dark, and men will see me from behind. and men will be drunk, and men will do weird things. Like, one time I was walking outside in the city in the middle of the night coming home, and some middle-aged drunk Swiss man saw me from behind. He approached me, he got way too close to me, like this, and he said, "Hey, schöne Frau." Now, for anyone whose German isn't that good, in German that means I'm going to rape you. Now, it sounds creepy, and it was. But the look on that dude's face, when I turned around. Let's be real. Most dudes that talk to women that way are homophobic as fuck, right? And so I was able to make that dude back the fuck off without a weapon or a threat. And basically what I'm trying to tell you is, I never thought I'd see the day where I'd appreciate homophobia. But it kind of saved my ass that day. Perhaps literally.
Keep it going, everyone!